Yo, welcome back to One More Mana. My name is Derek, and today we are getting to the top 5 most worthy cards in the wilds of Eldraine. Y'all know I can't wait to get into this. This set, the art and flavor is insane so far. It is, Zedked and I are always suckers for, we care more about pretty cards that have cool stories than we really do the mechanics most times, and this set for us has been knocking it out of the park so far. But it doesn't mean I don't have things to vent about. Like, obviously, I have some cards that are making me say, bro, it doesn't matter how good or indifferent or whatever is going on, I'm going to be here to vent about it. Now, normally, I'm going on rants to my cat Barkevius, to my girlfriend, to any poor soul wandering down my apartment hallways at any time of night about what powerful card was printed, why is Smothering Tide the thing, why does the Buggy Man keep getting killed by Ken? But in this case, it's going to be a little different. We got some flavor bros that are going to fill this list, because there's some messed up stuff happening behind the scenes. Eldraine apparently is a pretty messed up place. There's friend betrayals, just spooky stuff in general, and some very questionable nightmare fuel that was thrown into this set. But we're going to get into it all in a second. If you want any of this stuff in this set, or, you know, maybe you enjoy seeing some of these messed up fairy tales play out in person, then go ahead, use the referral link. We got it on the screen, in the comments, in the description. Anything you get through that link will help show the channel some love, and we always do appreciate that. But let's jump straight into this list. And the number 5 most worthy card on this list is going to be Kellen the Fey-Blooded. So Kellen the Fey-Blooded, I read this a couple times, and I believe this is going to be the first legendary adventure that I've seen. So we'll read the card. Kellen has adventure, so you can go ahead and cast it as a sorcery for 1 and a white. That lets you tutor for an aura and equipment card and put it into your hand. That right there is just incredibly powerful. But to have it in the command zone, then you go off and send Kellen on an adventure, get your broken equipment, and then Kellen comes back ready to wield this equipment, has double strike, and other creatures are going to get pumped by +1/+0 for each aura and equipment that you have on Kellen. This thing is insane. The fact that you're getting access to it too, and you know, let me start with why this is making me say bro, because bro, I'm gonna have so many people sit at a table with me and be like, oh no, this is a very fun Kellen deck. I promise I'm just trying to tutor up my hot soup and not hurt anyone. And then I guarantee on turn 2, they're going to tutor for the most broken, terrifying equipment possible. They are going to be like, oh no, it's not that. Bam. By turn 7, it's like 17 swords and a cauldron complete equipped. And they're just like, oh, it's never done this before. I couldn't have seen this coming despite the fact that there was a tutor on the commander. I'm not falling for it, bro. Kellen, you seem like a nice human fairy fellow flying around with your little whip thing, living your best fairy life. That's cool, but when I see you in the command zone, it's kill on sight. Yeah, I'm not falling for the, ooh, I look friendly thing. No, you're going to tutor up some scary-ish and bonk me on the head with it, and bro, I'm not falling for it. And the number 4 most bro-worthy card in this set is going to be Food Fight. Food Fight is an awesome card. It is 1 and a red, and it's an enchantment, and it says that artifacts you control have pay 2 mana, sacrifice this artifact, and deal damage to any target equal to 1 plus the number of permanents named Food Fight you control. So unless you're copying or cloning this, obviously this doesn't seem to be a big commander card. Maybe in other formats it may do things, but I know nothing of other formats. The thing that makes me say bruh about this card is a food fight, by definition, involves throwing, unless, I'm going to break some news here, a food fight involves throwing food. I'm going to let you process that for a second. So you know what? If this said, when I first read it, I figured it would say 2 mana, sacrifice a food token. You throw food at someone on the table. Oh, ha ha ha. Deal a couple damage. But it says artifact. So you can throw anything. You can start making it hail. If you got a bunch of treasures on the battlefield, you can just start paying mana, throwing coins at people. That's not a food fight. If I sit down in a food fight environment and I get hit in the head with a quarter, now we're throwing something else. This is not, bro, this is false advertising. Not to mention what other artifacts. You can throw clues. You can throw a Blightsteel. You can throw literally anything. And I feel like it's a false pretense. If I signed up, because I think that's what you do. You sign up for food fights. It's like a thing that you do on weekends. If I sign up for a food fight and a Blightsteel gets thrown at me, yeah, there's some sort of lawsuit going down. Food fight, you are false advertising so badly. Even in the art, I see axes. I see horns. Y'all are trying to kill somebody. It is a food fight. It is not a murder fest, and I will not stand for it, bruh. Flavor, fail, win, whatever it is. Don't fall for the food fight. Some deadly stuff going on. Now, number 3, the number 3 most worthy card in the set. This was, these next 3 were all fighting for number 1. I had to go back and forth many a time. This one's going to be Virtue of Strength. This is another adventure. It's part of that mythic enchantment adventure cycle. where you get some crazy powerful enchantments on the back side of these adventures. The adventures part of this basically is like a regrowth type effect. You get something back from the graveyard already powerful enough. But the other side is for 7 mana, it triples the mana produced by your basic lands. And you'll hear me rant about this several times in the best way possible, bro. It is wonderful. And it starts with the positive, bro. It's like, bro, how did you figured it out? We don't have the Nyxbloom Ancient where it's tripling mana from any source and just comboing off and creating miserable things. It's giving a boost to basic lands. And I always talk about how I love non-basic hate and I love supporting basic lands because that really does push the power of more budget decks, of newer players, of all those things, and I love it. But the reason this is making me say, bruh, making a vein pop out of my forehead, is I play a lot of my games with Ced and Ken, and Kennethy and Ced both play a lot of basics, and especially in the case of Kennethy, he plays so many just terrifying nightmare fueling cards. So first he's gonna regrowth something that I worked probably the whole game to get rid of, get that back, and then essentially just triple all his mana, because in his hands and in Ced's hands, this is just a Nyxbloom Ancient. They're just playing basics anyway. He already told me this is going in his Akama deck, and I'm already starting to have nightmares about it. Just, bruh, Wizards, I love what y'all are doing. You're printing more fair versions of existing cards that are going to help newer players, but y'all didn't have to directly help my 2 nemesises, whatever they are. I'm going to be having nightmares about this card forever. I need to put 1,000,000 disenchants in every deck. Bro, why did Virtue of Strength have to be just so targeted to help them? Number 2, the number 2 most bro-worthy card in the set. We're going to do a little double whammy here. 2 for 1. I know it's the top 5, but I make the list, I make the rules. It's technically 6. We have a tie. We're going to talk about friendship for a minute here, folks. Friendship is supposed to be where you have people's backs, you love each other, and then you play mean cards and beat your friends up with cardboard. But you're still supposed to have each other's back to some degree, and there's a couple cards that don't understand this. We're going to start with Bernard, Ginger Sculptor, the gingerbread man. Literally just the gingerbread man, or the person who makes the gingerbread men. I don't know many things about fairy tales. I watched Deep Blue Sea as a child. Basically, Bernard does a thing where your food and golems get +2/+2 and trample, and he buffs them, and when creatures die, you're basically reanimating them as gingerbread men. So this is messed up on a few levels. One, is this dude just killing his friends and bringing them back, like their souls in gingerbread people? Because that's what I'm reading. So one, if you hang out with Bernard on the weekends, watch your back, carry some mace, do something, because this man very clearly is just sacrificing his friends to make reanimated gingerbread people. 2, I'm pretty sure that you eat gingerbread men. So this dude is somehow sacrificing his friends, turning them into gingerbread people, and then when he gets tired of their company, he's having a snack. This is messed up beyond, like, normally fairy tales always have that, like, oh, dark undertones, or there's this secret hidden meaning. This is right in your face. This dude is eating his friends and smiling about it on the front of a Magic card. Bruh, don't fall for it. Somebody's going to be playing this deck and, oh, look at the adorable gingerbread. Look at this. No, you are playing a cannibal. Embrace it. Just, bruh. Now, the second one is even worse, because you know what's worse than turning your friends into gingerbread people and eating them? Not having your friends back, not protecting them from someone who would do that. And that's where we're going to talk about Totentans, Tautantans, the Pied Piper, Swarm Piper man. The rat dude. See on the screen. We got some stuff to talk about here, because this poor man, Totentans basically says whenever he or another non-token creature dies, you get a 1/1 rat token that can't block, and then you can also give an attacking rat death touch. That's not the important part. The important part is you're creating this flavor text is very sad. We're gonna get into this. It says, among the rats, he found the acceptance the human world never gave him. So everybody's just being a douche to this guy. Like, very clearly, he couldn't find any friends, so the rats were his friends. Which, look, I love animals. I think rats are, like, low-key super cute. They love head scratches just as much as anything else. Rats need better PR. But the thing that messes me up about this is these rats don't block. So this man is surrounding himself with these little rat friends, and when someone comes to run up on him and hurt him, these rats aren't even blocking. They're gonna watch their friend get beat up. They have no interest in any protection. Why? Look at this. Totentans, you deserve better. Look, maybe you want to come hang out with me. Maybe you should hang out around other rats that aren't so selfish. Maybe you just gotta join like a club or something. I don't know, but you deserve better, Totentans, and we will do better for you. Hopefully you get another card with friends that will actually block in your time of need. Now, the number one most bruh-worthy thing in this set, This is the ultimate nightmare fuel. This is one of the scariest cards. And I love spooky stuff. I love Halloween. I love all the scary things. This is genuinely, and I'm going to hold this here, one of the scariest things I've ever seen. And it comes from real life fear. I think real fear is rooted when you have those terrible experiences. Something like, if you have like an origin story of awful things happen, and just, if maybe you woke up one night when you were a kid and there was a roach on your face and now you're terrified of roaches, or you got bats in your hair as a child. And yeah, this is like the ultimate nightmare fuel. And I'm kind of surprised they put this on a piece of cardboard, and it's the Goose Mother. I don't know if y'all have ever run up on a goose before, but not too long ago, I was walking over to my doctor's appointment, just walking down the street, minding my own business, headphones in, just jolly as I could be. And a goose just literally just sprints over, starts hissing. And when I tell you, geese seem from far away like cute, adorable animals. They're large, very large. Geese are big, and they hiss. They don't quack. They don't make any bird noises. No, they hiss like a damn snake. And when it hisses and you see those little wings flapping, I am moderately confident in my fighting ability, but I know I have no chance against a goose. And now you go ahead on this piece of cardboard and put a goose with like 7 different heads on it, which I'm sure the X in this mana cost means the more mana, the more heads. If I ever ran up and saw like an 8-headed goose, my life's over. The hissing, slivers have nothing on a freaking Hydra goose. And now, every day for the rest of my life, I'm gonna have nightmares about this. So think about that, Wizards. Bruh, why? Why did you have to do it? That is gonna wrap it up for this week's episode, and it's gonna wrap it up for the top 5 most worthy things in Wilds of Eldraine. There's some wild stuff going on. There are some stories to be told, and there are some explanations that I need. Like I said before, if you want any of the stuff in this set, maybe you want to meet me at a Command Fest or Magic Fest or anywhere, Magic Con, all of the names that they've gone through. Maybe you want to do that. Maybe you want to terrify me and play a Goose Mother and make me cry on the battlefield. Well, head on over to the referral link and pick up like 12 copies of Goose Mother. I won't stand a chance if I'm hiding under the table crying the whole time. That's key to victory right there. You got the referral link on the screen, comments, description, everywhere. Always appreciate when you show the channel some love. Let me know what y'all think about Wilds of Eldraine. How do you feel flavor-wise, cards-wise? Do you have any cards that are causing you nightmares? Or do you just have any favorite commanders you can't wait to build? Let me know down in the comments below. So many exciting things to come, especially from Wilds of Eldraine. I'll be ranting about this set for a while. But until then, I'll see y'all next time.